It's day 4 on the way to the moon. This is About Space Today's special report, and I'm David Denault. Yesterday was day 4 for the crew of Artemis 2. And as the Orion spacecraft continues its path toward the moon, the Artemis 2 crew spent their 4th day in space and preparing their lunar flyby on Monday, April the 6th. After the plotting demonstration, the crew will review a list of surface features the NASA scientist team has asked them to analyze and photograph during their 6-hour flyby on Monday, April 6th. The flyby period begins at 2:45 p.m. Eastern Time, when the Moon and Artemis 2 crew will be close enough to make scientific observations. The crew will see the Moon from a unique vantage point compared with Apollo missions, which flew about 70 miles above the lunar surface. Orion will fly 4,066 miles away at the closest approach at approximately 7:02 p.m. From that distance, the crew will see the entire disk of the Moon at once, including the regions near the North and South Poles. Flight controllers of Mission Control Center at the Johnson Space Center in Houston again have canceled another planned trajectory correction, as Orion's trajectory remains on track. And 4 international CubeSat satellites from Argentina, Germany, South Korea, and Saudi Arabia hitched a ride inside the rocket's Orion stage adapter and were successfully launched. During the mission status briefing, NASA's Kelsey Young shared what the crew will be doing.
So what the crew are studying today is like the 80% solution. It's a study guide. And then tonight, the final targeting plan will get uplinked to them, and they will review that prior to the flyby on Monday. And so we really, in that way, are able to maximize the science that we're getting out of the flyby by waiting until we know exactly when we're going to get there and maximizing the science out of that specific illumination profile that are presented to us. So I'll say that, the last part of your question about kind of where has the most effort gone into, I'd say we had done a lot of planning for months on the targets of interest on the illuminated lunar surface into eclipse planning, in addition to continuing to flesh out the lunar targets in their own right.
Artemis 2 astronauts also held a press briefing, and Christina Cook was asked about what was it like sleeping in space.
Well, we do love sleeping up here, and such a long initial day that I think our bodies are ready to sleep no matter what. Most of us have been sleeping really well. For me, sleeping in space is one of the most comfortable ways to sleep, and it's very deep sleep, very full sleep. Sometimes when you first get up here, you have a little bit of a sensation that something's wrong as soon as you wake up. Maybe you're falling, or you don't recognize your surroundings, but it's great. I mean, honestly, being human up here is one of the coolest things about this mission. We are just people trying to get by. And for example, we might go look at the far side of the moon and take in its awesomeness and then go, maybe I should change my socks and try to dig around for a pair of socks. So this is the dichotomy of human spaceflight.
Tom Costello of NBC asked Commander Reed Wiseman to describe this moment.
How will you describe this moment to your families, your grandkids, many years from now?
You kind of left me speechless with that. I think, it is weird when you're the 4 humans doing this. We're not doing this for reasons. Jeremy's answer was great. Like, if we can unite the world, that's awesome. But we're just the lucky 4 that got to be on this mission. We were in the right place at the right time with our international team, and we're up here doing this. I don't think any of us have really thought about legacy or any of that sort of thing. I do think it would be really neat someday if I can sit around with my grandkids, or maybe Ike's grandkids, or Christina's, or Jeremy's, or somebody somewhere, tell stories of these times up here, because some of them are going to be unbelievable. There's beauty, but there's human elements too, and I just think it'd be fun to share in this human adventure. The key part of human exploration is the human, and coming back and sharing the story, and we're going to try our heart with every single person on planet Earth.
And that's day 4 in space for the Artemis 2 crew on their way to the moon. And continue to check our About Space Today Facebook page for special reports on the Artemis 2 mission. And if you'd like our reports, click like, follow, and hit that subscribe button. to all our listeners around the globe and here in the U.S., thanks for taking time from your home or from where you work to listen today. I'm David Denault.